Two-thirds of the season complete in this 20th Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Round 17 on the drivers must master this street circuit, stretching that long 2.2 kilometre start finish corners to start the lap off. And these are the tyres medium and the C4 hard. Well, Doc, up with you in the commentary box to guide you through.
Love coming to Baku. I think it's going to be an exciting qualifying. His potential, and of course McLaren. For that, this feels a bit more like Monza with a...
But that Q1 is going to be busy to begin with because traffic as well. So they're going to have to prepare the two, and including 2030. But I believe there's a bit of work going on down there at McLaren.
Hello Harry, hello Karun, hello everybody from the pit lane. I tell you, it's busy enough. The pit lane wanting to get out early, wanting to get an early because they want to get out ahead of any of the weather. I mean, first thing to say about Lando Norris, good recovery suspension and losing a load of track time. So good recovery, the car will pass all of the legal checks down just to make sure those metal bits are all right against the likes of Ferrari and Max Verstappen.
Yeah, I'd quite like to entice ourselves into before.
We've got different tyres this weekend. We got one well, and drivers have been saving the medium, seeing the softest tyres run at most races because look, of Baku City along the sea, of course. At the start of qualifying for Q1 was at 30%.
It has been on and off kind of all day, but it's been Q1 is underway with a front wing.
And clearly some labour, look, either the steering system or the brakes on the front. In practice, Harry, haven't they?
They really have, both Alex Albon the year, but certainly in a straight line too, to the circuit, on the racing line and off. It's not exactly going to go away as Albon.
The wind will play a factor because you've got all of those big buildings, winds blowing sort of from turn 2 to... It does funnel, so it's not a consistent...
20 drivers are part of it, where on their pit wall, and we are no different, and we can head down.
Pit wall, absolutely loving it. All of the cars are for this first run in Q1. And
be a really intriguing next 14 minutes or so. Alex Albon toe as well, down that long to at the aid of the DRS towards that start line. There's a lot of time to be gained there. Now,
it's the most difficult braking zone on the track because you're turning right into the car. You've got to make sure you don't lock the tyre. Charles Leclerc, a specialist around this track. We've got a yellow flag faster around the streets of Baku.
And it feels like Ferrari edge where they might be able to get up and challenge.
I think we've seen now the trend that they do tend to, maybe their philosophy is just to try and get an early is their game. It becomes a bit more challenging.
All sitter here, we're only in that Q1 session now, and in fourth as we await those first lap times from...
It's flying though in the first sector. Piastri 4/10 fast. We haven't yet seen Piastri come through sector 2. Across the line, and he goes second fastest.
Alex Albon has hit the wall, so red flags. That is a nightmare scenario for Albon.
I wonder if he's kidding. It's the front left that was damaged, so look for the front lad on the way in and hit the wall.
This afternoon, he has to climb out of his car, but that will be Albon done.
Along with Albon, there's the scuff marks he's left. Him or anyone do all weekend, and to make that.
Last year in Q1, saying Karun was flying through that middle sector, nearly in the Mercedes, so they don't have lap times.
In the middle sector to Norris, it has to be said.
On the track before free practice 3.
There. You know, that's a real concern. If you issue in terms of the brake, the airbox on the top of Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. So not so much over one lap at the start of the Grand Prix tomorrow. Then you've got to...
Out of 8 have been won from outside the Baku. Expect the unexpected. Ted?
To have both cars into Q, not a problem for them. They can carry on.
Have a look at Alex Albon. Clouting week resume. He was out in Q1 in Bahrain and Hungary, didn't Bernie.
hello Harry, so just of this Q1 session, and with 16 runs of a single time lap, still with a
notice Q1 will resume at 33 seconds left on the clock.
So, but look, Mercedes on mediums for both drivers. Yeah, Ferrari's have gone on soft. For practice, we get a lot of yellow flags around here. Drivers, there's a real jeopardy around up a bit more on the racing line. So the actor Norris found out last year when he got
in that elimination zone at the moment. He's got the pace. He's going to want to get out there and get on with it.
The feeling you get under your foot when you get on the brake to sort of ease your comfort level as they're wheeling.
I wonder if they're just bailing out of that one, or if there is a bigger problem.
That actually people were improving their times on their...
A few Ferrari fans, a lot of Ferrari fans. Heats when it comes to qualifying, but has yet to step, and they teeter out of the pit lane. You're positioned on track. They'll be working hard on the pit.
Out. He's up to turn 7.
So
into Oscar Piastri in free practice. For anyone who flag in front of you, you have to assume through that yellow flag zone. In qualifying
of Kimi Antonelli, we were speaking to some particular scenario on the Friday morning, light panel flash, and as you see,
you know,
it's tricky, it's really harsh, I think.
With adrenaline, and you see a green flag, could be in a yellow flag zone, and I have to slow down. Counterintuitive for someone in the cockpit.
Been noted by race controllers. Kimi Antonelli, he's been close with his teammate, just forget about the noted infringement for a while.
Session itself, he's had a good weekend so far, as you say. Wide, we'll see now as he winds. Session unfold, you'll start to get the low sun as well out of the way there. And this is where the narrowest part, snap of oversteer.
Exactly where George.
Bring it over to the left, get it as straight as possible. Aston Martin of Lance Stroll getting out of the...
Would he have got a bit of a toe? Bortoletto's a little bit too... It's a little bit of a gap between the buildings there.
Yeah, it's so tricky because... But look here, it's exposed. You drop down Formula 1 car, the side of an F1 car, through. That's where we see so many people struggle. Well, it's not a turn one, so he can still use DRS.
Oh,
Piastri just got
trots that were affected, but made contact with the wall, the front wing. They've thrown the red.
I think it's a bit premature.
Play, and on cue, here we go. So, get
locked up there, couldn't get the car stopped in time. He's on the mean. He's got going. Any more debris?
You're going to be able to turn it in. That's
great to me. I think it's just the front wing.
Yeah, I fit on the right-hand side there, but I think that's just the underside.
As well.
Well, either way for Hulkenberg, Gabriel Bortoletto, who was struggling, and actually this earlier on today.
Well, we saw a lot of drivers struggling with the entry to 16.
Yeah, but what happened in the last corner? Nothing.
Yeah, that was tailwind
in Baku, as we expected, and especially at lap time deleted for running off the track. So 36 seconds while they clean up the mess of Nico as well. And Hulkenberg, really, when it comes to qualifying, is with Gabriel Bortoletto. Hamilton, though,
yeah, well, we've got the red flag. I'd love to get 36 to go. You've got some, you know, the likes of, well, what do you think they'd be doing?
Just under 6:40 on the clock, but there is time to fuel the car for that push-cool push in case you need most comfortable with at this stage, but be at the back of the trail. You don't want to be at the back. So important. And wow, the red flag was thrown on official time. Flags, red flags playing a part. You need to
in with Nico Hulkenberg and how his car's looking.
There seems to be a bit of work going on in the session. We had that with Carlos Sainz.
Matt, Ted from pit lane, what have you got?
I believe you can, and very heavily damaged. It's not Berg out, I'm sure they will, but his car's very bad.
Really hot up here. Lots of drivers, the two have medium beyond that, but everyone taking my on in this queue beside that red light.
Of McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull because of the pit lane. So that means it's not so much of a problem for...
6.5 minutes, just one clean lap.
That looks like it might be Bortoletto, Gabby Bortoletto.
Yeah, just want to point out, we haven't mentioned him, but Tsunoda's done a piece of times. We were worried about Tsunoda in the early parts of red flag. Just gives him a little bit
over the team radio to try and G up local time. So just a couple more minutes. Gabriel Bortoletto in the other Sauber. So in Baku, Bortoletto has been struggling for most of the barriers.
Less than a minute to go. Yeah, this is... Who do we think can get back out if he's got a whole load of floor damage? There's no way. That's two cars gone straight away, right?
Impressive for Colapinto to be up there inside the top 10.
There's a very exciting...
Right now, no further investigation. That's for land infringement as we get back going again. And we'll go no further in this qualifying in front of the Aston Martin so far this weekend. Kimi Antonelli, teammate George Russell, who's up in teammate Ollie Behrman. Isaac Hadjar as well, the race of the knockout zone.
And nobody feels typical of a street circuit. So even the track ramping up a huge amount, or the wind drop, and every single one of them will be out on track for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, Hulkenberg, but an important then 5 minutes. Kimi Antonelli, an underwhelming as well to 7th place by the Williams. Bring big points, and those points begin with the
tyres are ready to push on the first. But there's Ayo Komatsu, the team boss, and do his first lap to just try and... He's sort of building as well. This doesn't look like a push lap. Out on track, so that's good news for him and Sauber. Franco Colapinto is pushing start-finish straight, so we'll see how much...
Weaving your way through the first of 4 9 and dancing that Mercedes around. That precision with every corner. He's plumb last.
It's changing direction in this middle sector, absolutely flying faster than anyone in sector wires or the medium compound to come in. He's
coming up to a whole heap of traffic, though Norris is flying in sector 1. in fourth. Yuki Tsunoda right behind into Q2, inside that top time sheet as George Russell goes to the get it, 6/10 adrift, but it holds him up.
Straight, that got him through as Charles Leclerc goes fast. Here off the McLaren, off
last year, looking much safer this time. Of a second away from Lando Norris. Under pressure, the Alpine of Pierre Gasly, French rookie, trying to join his teammate Liam Lawson, improves up into 11th.
They ran out of sync. We saw it's going to be risky for him. Bortoletto's, I think he's going to struggle to nick out.
On Monza, he was the only rookie not to be knocked out of and through and up into Q2. Nice lap as we've got a yellow flag out. Stroll takes the flag.
But it shouldn't affect these drivers. I don't think they. Now it's gone red.
And it's a flag as the clock counts down to 0. We won't get a race back onto the track. Colapinto won't make and escapes by a whisker.
Across the line before the red flag. This is power to come out of 3. And then Colapinto.
Says Colapinto's in turn 4 as well. Pinto in the Alpine, a man here, and you can see Gasly in the distance. Colapinto, and you can see as he further, and he's given his mechanics a bit of hard. Shouldn't have been pushing
him. So I don't know. I mean, Ted, I don't know what you got for us, but I wonder if he's going to be
insult to injury, and then another insult. Slightly victims of their own making, their Alpine. Get your last lap negated by everybody else, just wanting to get not only one of them. Oh, radio.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Nothing helped, but yeah.
Instead, and that is a real shame for Esteban Ocon's Haas and